Hello everyone, welcome you all to Technobiz Business Week. Today I have a great opportunity to be with Dr. Achariya from Chulalongkorn University. She's a specialist in air pollution. I think you don't find a lot of air pollution specialists. So I'm really glad that I had a chance to meet Dr. Achariya today and talk about various issues on air pollution. Thank you very much for joining this session today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a
It's an honor to be here, though.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. And so let's dive into the various issues about air pollution. Probably, we all experiencing problems, health-related issues. And sometimes it's difficult to see where is the problem because of the fineness of pollutants. And sometimes it's more than just, it's not a point source that you can figure out, you can solve this problem. So you're an expert. So let's talk about what's happening in the air pollution control technologies, how far we are. Both you look into the industry point of view at the same time, ambient issues, yeah.
So when you have to look at the air quality management first.
Yeah.
The air pollution control is where we control at the source, right? So once we emit some chemicals into the air, it can be either gas phase or the particles interact, and then it come to us, and then we feel something, right? And then we feel not okay. So we find out what's that. That's monitoring. And then relate back to the source. And then we control, right? So first we develop the control technology. But technology is just part of the solution, right?
True.
Closing the whole loop, eventually it has to drive by the policy with the research support, right? With the information of the research to support. You asked about the control technology. You can see that the life in the past, technology has changed. The same as technology for air pollution control. Right? So it's a lot to do in the future because new pollutants are coming. The processing stuff are new, right? So a lot to learn and a lot to explore. On the other way, when I start learning about air pollution, basically on the other hand, if we understand it properly, we can make use of it. For example, the inhaler, the what's that called? The famous one. No, not the Yadom. The other one, Hong Thai.
Hong Thai, yes.
That's aerosol route.
Yes.
Right? Basically, that's another part. Air pollution is something bad, but you can make good out of it. Right?
True.
It's an inhaler.
Yes.
Right? Can be famous. So in that case, we can do what? Aromatherapy.
Yes, true.
That's the fastest route to deliver some chemical into your body. Right? So basically, maybe people with, I talk to the people with the what's that called, the hospital. They do light therapy for people with Alzheimer's. Maybe we can try aromatherapy. So a lot of application, but the fundamental is you have to understand what they are and be creative enough to create something good.
I totally agree with you. I think the evolution of technology has been a lot, in terms of and you can take it in advantage of benefiting, yourself as well. Let's look in the industry point of view about the automotive industry. So we may go into different sectors. Let's go automotive, petrochemicals, or maybe construction. Each play its own role, in pollution problems. So, what do you see? Are the automotive industry still contributing? Is EV changing? Is beneficial in air pollution control?
You have two parts that you have to look. You look at the part automotive as mobile source, one that is being used, or how it's being built. Which one?
Well, both. Let's put mobile first because that's what is
transportation source,
transportation.
Right? So eventually, if you go for EV, you need electricity from somewhere. So the source of electricity. If you go from charger at home, maybe you use solar roof. That's more. Okay, but you have to think about how to dispose it, right? And that's another story. But for example, you use the fossil fuel. It's easier to control. You use fossil fuel, for example, coal, and you use electricity, right? It's easier to control at the source.
True.
Than just burning the gasoline and then run around, right? So I think that's a good. I think it's a starting point. I think the trend is good for the air quality. Because changing out the behavior of the people, right? And maybe some government support incentive. We could have a better air quality for transportation sector.
And let's continue on the transportation side. Now we have two choices. The future technology, current technology is already hydrogen and EV. Okay, people always talk about safety aspects of it. So how do you see this technology evolution in terms of transportation, which help minimizing air pollution problems in the future? Hydrogen plays an important role in the future.
Yes, but the safety I think it will take some time. It's not going to be EV before it comes to this stage. It has been traveling for some time, right? It has been take some time to evolve. Same as hydrogen. And hydrogen is a safety issue. I think when I was PhD student at that time, we talked about design hydrogen station.
Oh, okay.
And now it's still, the combustion is still, hopefully it's coming soon, right? But still.
Hard to see.
Maybe hydrogen enhanced combustion. So put hydrogen together with the old combustion engine, make it more effective and efficient, and less pollutants generated per kilometer runs and whatever. That could be the transition. But eventually it will come.
And let's go into a little bit into the Thailand. You are a specialist, one of the leading air pollution specialists in country.
Thank you.
So recently we had a problem with ppm.
Yes.
And what is wrong? I think we have experienced this every year.
We don't manage it fast enough as the weather change. So I think we have the knowledge the knowledge is there. People have done research for more than 20 years. The basic knowledge to manage enough information. But the movement of the management people, the authority people, is not quick enough. The weather condition play an important role on the concentration of PM 2.5 because emission is the same relatively every day.
True.
Right? But what changes the weather condition? So basically you have the weather forecast. You cannot predict next year. This month you cannot, but you can do 5 days ahead. But the authority doesn't move with that change that fast.
It's fast enough.
That's the issue. Also, air pollution is transboundary. Right. So basically, for example, manage in Bangkok, we come up with a low emission zone. It doesn't work. The concentration doesn't go down. Why? Because it comes from somewhere else. Right. Basically, I think I always see not air pollution, but environmental issue. It's the byproduct of other issues.
True.
So we have to go to the root cause of those. For example, open burning. Right. So we have to solve open burning. And if now it's a behavior of people, it's a belief of people, fine. But can you do zoning? Can you organize today you can burn, tomorrow you cannot burn? Because regarding to the weather condition, right? So that's well managed because otherwise the government has put a policy like 100 days no burning, it will work. But if you adapt, adjusting, and then educate people, and that will work. People will see, I can burn, but I can wait because today the weather is close. Right. So it creates a win-win situation. Then we can help solving the issue.
And you also just talked about being the transboundary issue is not it's not just not a state to state or country to country. Of course, if you look at our neighboring countries, do you think are we all collectively doing together right things? Dealing with the air pollution problems. Is there any framework there among the?
The framework is there, but the contribution is not equally. Depends on the effect, and we have to wait between. You have to put yourself in the people's mind. You have to wait between food on the plate. If they delay their cultivation, right, so that crop grow, the season pass, right, and then you burn, then you can grow right away. So you have to think about them. And then you have to. I think you have to manage, and you should take less time to move. In my view.
Got it. So, well, let's touch time on the issues related to your research. You're active in doing a lot of research on various aspects of it. So, what are your main areas of current research related to air pollution?
Main area. Let's talk about in the past. Industry is now going to finance. Starting already a year or two, and the next step is another aspect. A look at the future of what would be not only we don't. For me, I don't take as air pollution. Whatever in the air, we can look at both aspects, right? And the good part, the benefit of that, or we look at whatever we have to handle to take care of whatever unwanted.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, the application, I look at application base
Okay.
to apply the fundamental to create something good toward mankind. I think that's the what drives me to do the research. So basically,
Yeah. And what do you suggest for the young environment engineers?
find yourself.
Yeah.
Have passion
Yeah.
because whatever you do, you need passion to feel. To
Okay.
feel you.
Yeah.
I always encourage my students to find themselves. That's why you see my students
Yes.
doing different things.
I'm really happy to see the students who are doing wonderful work. Various, and not only from Thailand, but you have from Myanmar and
from
also
Japan,
also. Yeah. So it's you have a cross learning, cross cultural learning.
I put them together.
It was fantastic. Yeah, that's been
I let them take care of each other.
right and learn. I think they have. It will come out very nice for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's really
Also
good.
with me, you know what I'm afraid? To be out, like the new generation, and then I don't understand what they're talking about. So being with them keep me engaged and grow
Yes.
together with
Yes,
them.
yes.
So that's
And I think the more importantly is that be relevant.
be relevant. Exactly.
Be relevant unto so well, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you for having
Really
me.
wonderful having chat with you, talking about various issues about air pollution. And I look forward to having you again some other time.
Okay,
talk
welcome
more.
anytime.
And I'm really appreciate your support for younger people, and which is very, very important. And so keep rocking, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Yes. Hey guys, that's a session with Dr. Achariya. I think now you know what's all about air pollution and what she's doing and her views about challenges and also what kind of solutions we have from the technical point of view as well as the government regulation point of view. I'm hoping that this session is useful to you all. Thank you very much for joining this session today.
Thank
Bye-bye
you.
for now. Thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ